Hey guys, welcome back. So let's play Xenoblade Chronicles X, and now that we've completed Chapter 9 in this episode, we are going to start on the Flight Module Affinity Mission. And the first step to starting this Affinity Mission is coming over to the Blade console and getting the, okay, I did not mean to take that route, but taking the basic mission, which should now be available to us, but we do not want to start the Affinity Mission quite yet. It is very easy to get stuck, so before we start it, I'm going to gather the materials we will be needing for it. So let's go. And the first material that we need is the Light Speed Jet Fin, which is dropped by the whimsical Dougal enemies here. You've probably located them, or at least seen this river if you've been to Oblivia, but yeah, they're right over here. It doesn't take too long to defeat them, and to my knowledge, it is a common drop, so chances are pretty high you're gonna get. Alright, we found one. A really nice method too is, if you have the Gatling gun, just tag a whole oh my god, that did way too much. Okay, did not get the drop, but yeah, just farm it. It's not too hard. On to the next item though, which is a little bit more difficult, and this is why I recommend getting the items before you do the Affinity Mission. The Affinity Mission that we're about to start requires that you have only one party member, and if you cannot beat these enemies with one party member, you're going to have a pretty rough time. But luckily for us, I planned ahead, and we should be able to obtain the coil from these guys, no problem at all. It is a slightly more rare drop than the Light Speed Jet Fin, but as long as you have decent scales at this point in the game, heck, you don't even need decent scales, you just need good weapons, they should go down momentarily, and hopefully I will get, oh, that is a rather interesting attack. I've never actually seen that, and I thought we're not in combat yet, god dang it, who tagged it? Well, it's probably just random AoE, but hopefully they will drop the item that I require. But yeah, I gotta say, it's kind of easy to get stuck if you don't think ahead like that, and we did not get it. Bummer. Not the end of the world, though. If you did not get either of these items, though, I will show you an alternate method to obtaining any item in the game that you want. So if you are stuck on this Affinity Mission, you can get unstuck. However, to do so, you need an internet connection, and well, we will delve more into that when we head to the Blade Barracks, because that's kind of where we need to go next. As I mentioned before, if you've been playing online, it doesn't necessarily have to be with people. You may have noticed you've completed some missions and didn't really know why. Well, you will receive these reward tickets, and they can be exchanged for any, yeah, I need that one. Can't think of the name, but you can exchange these reward tickets for any item in the game. Where the heck is a Light Speed Jet Fin? So if you got into the Affinity Mission and saved, do not worry, you can still obtain any item that you want as long as you have the required reward tickets. But yes, now that's been taken care of, we can start the Affinity Mission. So let's go. And I highly recommend you do this as quickly as possible. Without a doubt, the Flight Module makes this game just so much better in every single possible way. And the sooner we get done with this, the better. Come to the Outfitters hangar in Western NLA to get started on this mission. And also, you kind of have to ditch all your party members. Don't forget to do that too.
So you made it. Why am I not surprised? Who else would have the stones to turn up for an experimental Skell test flight? Stones in your head, I mean. You and Doug are the only ones crazy enough to even try.
That's a horrible way to put it, Commander. I mean, sure, previous tests often involved engine explosions and lots of fire. And there was that one that went berserk and crashed itself into the sea. But that's all a perfectly natural part of the R&D process. Right?
Oh, she got you wrapped around her itty-bitty finger, don't she? Doug, too. For all his grousing, that boy just keeps coming back for more. I don't get it. Must be addicted to the rush, I suppose.
Commander, risking life and limb in the name of science is a noble cause and its own reward.
Yeah. Anyway, enough chit-chat. Lynn, why don't you walk him through it?
Right. I've been mulling over why all my flight pack designs keep blowing up. I think I've finally found the cause. Conventional Skells just don't have the energy to provide enough lift. So I've taken a step back and redesigned a Skell from scratch. The result is an integrated flight-capable Skell system, or IFCSS for short.
Forget the stupid acronym. I financed this, and I say we're calling it a Skell flight module. Oh, did I mention I also got the arms manufacturers on board to help out?
Really? You're the best, Commander!
Yeah, well, that ain't the hard part. We can't have any more failures, you hear me?
This time it's a sure thing, my friend. The two of us are taking part in development to make certain of that.
Isobe! Jajani!
Well, if the bigwigs at Sakuraba and CNC aren't worried, I guess I shouldn't be either.
Yes, although we do have a slight concern regarding a lack of materials, don't we?
How much concern we talking?
Well, our final check turned up one significant problem.
As it stands now, our chances of success are maybe 10%, you know.
That ain't good. What if we fix this little problem?
99.9999999% success. Right, Jajani?
Yes, yes! Near perfect odds, aren't they?
Then the answer's clear. Sorry to surprise you with this, but can you go salvage the materials?
Awesome! I know you'll find them in no time.
All right, then. Bring the materials back here once you round them all up. Lynn, you use this time for another final systems check. This is our last shot at it.
Understood, sir. I'm on it. I promise to get this big bucket of love into the Miran skies before long.
Well, Vandom, here's the thing. I kind of already have the materials that we need to fix this, so I don't need to round up much of anything, do I?
The hell did you do, Lynn?
I don't know. Just give me a second. Oh! I had the amp furnace circuit in backwards. I am so sorry. I can't believe I'd do something that dumb in the final check.
Oh, you're back. I take it you managed to gather the materials? As you can see, the test flight's gonna need to be postponed, maybe canceled entirely. Sorry for the bad news after all your hard work.
No, wait! I'll handle the repairs and resolve the final issues myself. Commander, please. I need this to work. I need to make it happen. It's the last homework assignment I'll ever have. Please, let me complete it.
I understand where you're coming from, Lynn, but it's not my call. That last slip-up has the Sakuraba guys spooked. The higher-ups aren't gonna be happy unless this thing can be mass-produced.
But all my work...
The apple really doesn't fall far from the tree. Don't worry about it, Vandom. I'll convince my people. I may just be a humble engineer, but I've given my life to Sakuraba. Let an old man cash in some of his favors.
Thank you, Isobe.
Well, that's one problem, Down. But this death trap still needs a pilot. After that little display before, I doubt anyone will be nuts enough to volunteer. You'd have to be real crazy.
Thank you so much. I swear I'll make this thing work.
Now that that's settled, when can you have this bucket of bolts fixed?
I'll have it ready by tomorrow.
Alright, you've got till morning. Past that, we'll have to call it off for now. The higher-ups will want to take another long look and decide if this is still where they want to spend their money.
Understood. I won't let everyone's hard work go to waste. And I won't let down my brave test pilot either. I swear. It's done. I did it! I swear it's totally safe and secure this time, Commander. We dreamed of a Skell that can fly through the air, and now it's finally here.
Looks that way to me. And trust me, I looked close. This thing should work. Better work. What do you say? Ready to put your life in the hands of this thing? That's the spirit. Should be a hell of a view from up there. Assuming you get up there.
It'll fly, jeez. Do you trust me on this or not? Oh, come on! You're gonna go on a perfect test flight and show all these naysayers what's up.
Alright, let's get this party started. Fly her to the specified point to start. It's a spot we haven't been able to reach before now.
The perfect landing point for our test flight.
I thought so. We'll be monitoring your progress from here. Good luck.
Oh, and whatever you do, don't damage the Skell.
I think what you meant to say was come home safe.
The Skell Flight Module prototype is ours to test out, and oh my god, I'm at a loss for words, honestly. I cannot wait to just test this out in the field. So, let's go do just that. And once you head outside, oh my god, guys, I've been waiting for this for so long. We can finally fly. The second I saw Talon Rock in the first episode of this Let's Play, I knew one day we would be flying up to it. To the very top of Talon Rock is our objective, and that day is finally here. It took a long while to get to, guys, but we've done it. Now humans can fly in Skells, and oh my god. This is just crazy. It's almost too much to take in. Just everything looks so tiny from up here. Oh my god, that music. Holy crud, dude. Well, we should probably get back to the mission, huh? But seriously, the second you have access to the flight module, complete this mission, guys. It will make your Xenoblade experience just that much better. And here we are at the summit of Talon Rock. It's unbelievable. We've conquered Mira so much that we've mastered flight with our Skells. It's just, I don't know, man. It took us a long while to get here, but it was definitely worth all the work. Well, enough of me gushing. It's probably a good idea if we place this probe down and prove that we got all the way up here.
I gotta say, it looked pretty fun. How did it feel?
Any problems? Tell me everything down to the tiniest detail. I need it all. I felt like I was flying myself, and
And the first test flight of the flight module was a pretty good success. I think it was a success, guys. I mean, we got up here, there weren't any difficulties, right? But seriously, oh, I can't even describe to you how amazing it is to fly in this game. It's just so like, it's not clunky at all. It's like, just, you're free as a bird. As lame as that sounds, but oh my god, guys, this is only the tip of the iceberg. There is just so much we can do now, oh my god, and well, I guess that's what we'll dedicate the rest of the episode to. But for the time being, let's head back to Lynn and report the good news.
Welcome back. That was one hell of a maiden flight. She passed the test. We'll get rolling on mass production ASAP.
Yes! This makes everything worth it. Sure, I put poor Doug through hell and wound up wasting some rare materials. But I had to do this. I had to make my dream a reality. You know, before they died, my parents began this as an independent research project. But they passed away before they could finish the design. That's how the flight pack got started. A device that can let any Skell fly still feels like science fiction. I can't imagine what possessed them to even attempt such a thing. But I knew I had to finish what they started. I felt like I'd never be a worthy engineer if I didn't. So, I called it my last homework assignment.
Those are some big shoes to fill. You can rest assured that your folks would be proud as hell. You know that, right? You did good, kid. You too. Thanks for all your support. Damn straight. Once we get our people trained up on these, those ganglion are history. All right, enough jibber-jabber. It's time to get flying. With eyes in the sky, we'll track down that damn life-hold core in no time.
And with that affinity mission completed, all future Skell purchases will have a flight module, along with all the skills you already own. Now that we can fly, there's not much we can't do here on Mira, and holy crud. I don't know about you guys, but my first objective, as soon as I gain access to the flight module, is we are going to place probes like crazy, because now there is nowhere we can't go. Come to think of it, I think we deserve a little bit of a scenic flight. So let's get started. And I decided to bring everyone along with me, seeing how we might battle some really tough indigents. And, well, this may be a giant waste of fuel, but I don't care. We are going to explore every nook and cranny of Mira in this episode by obtaining all possible probes. So let's get started and get all the ones we can here in Primordia. And alright guys, here we go. In this speed up montage, you are going to see me flying around all of Mira, excluding the final continent, and obtaining a lot of probes. Now I'm not sure how helpful this will be for people, as I did get certain probes without the flight module, and honestly, playing through the game with 0 probes would be really hard to do, so I'm not sure if I wanted to make a full montage of how to get to every single probe. But here's the reality, since I do not have mechanical level 5, this is pretty much just going to be a video of me going around and getting all the probes that I can get. I did miss a couple which will be obtained in later episodes. It was either because I just simply wasn't looking, or I was in a cave and it was going to take a while to get to, but just like that, we finished up Primordia. Now we're heading over to Noctilum. One of my favorite areas in this entire game is easily obtained now that we have a flight module. This little beach, just hanging out here in Noctilum. Idle Beach has a probe. Why the heck not get it? And you're also going to notice, we're going to be finding a lot of areas while doing this. And that is going to give us a ton of BP, which is another reason why I highly recommend, if you're just playing through the game, definitely decide to go around and explore a lot of areas. Sure, 2 and 4 BP doesn't seem to add up really quickly, but you're gonna start to notice, wow, well, before I did this, I had like 100, now I have 400, ain't that crazy? Because you will be surprised how many probes there are. And also, by the way, now that we have a flight module, we can finally get up the Celestial Ascent and check out this area. In reality, there's a lot to do here, but oh my god, it is way higher level than we are prepared for. The Divine Roost, oh my god, there's just so many powerful enemies up here, but yeah, our level 30 Skells kind of can't take them on. I know it's crazy to think, what, our Skells can beat something in this game, but no, these guys will completely destroy us. That probe to the left of me, I could not have obtained that because that is a level 5 mechanical probe. We will be back here later on in the post game to obtain that, and there's gonna be a lot we're gonna do in the Celestial or the Sentinel's Roost later on in the journey, but those are all the probes for Noctilum. Right here in Oblivia, I don't know how I didn't notice this before, but I could have obtained this probe a long time ago. This definitely does not require the flight module in any way, shape, or form. I do not know why I didn't think, oh, I can just keep going up once I got that chest, but I guess it's not the end of the world. We got it now, and Oblivia is just, honestly, I liked it before I had the flight module, but now that I can, like, see all of, like, just the terrain and this just sheer, like, I don't want to say wilderness of it, but it's just, like, kind of uneven, you know, and that, like, just really bizarre terrain is why I like it a lot. Like, just look at this jagged mountain. It's crazy. And oh my god, the way the sunset right there was really cool. Sorry, I'm just geeking out. And this isn't necessarily a probe at all, but come on. I just had to get this Whip Scorpion and on top of the Mount Edge Peak. That is a really cool place to go up. And you get an achievement, so why not grab it? But yes, there are a lot of data probes in Oblivia. I recommend getting them too because you're going to start to notice if you do this, as soon as you get your Skell, you're gonna, like, just rake in the cash. Like, I'm just not even joking. Once you have every single probe in the game, your revenue, even without research probes, shoots up a lot. And yeah, there's a lot of enemies there. I'm gonna try and not engage them because that'd be a really bad idea. And oh my god, in hindsight, I'm wasting so much Skell fuel. Oh my god, I do not need my entire posse with me to get these probes at all. Except for maybe this area, because the enemies are really, really deadly. God, I hate that tyrant down there, but just, God, guys. I really wanted to talk about this in a review I was going to do in the post-game of my thoughts on Xenoblade, but I might as well briefly touch on it now. There is a point where a lot of people say this game is too big. When you're on your ground gear, it's just too large. It's overwhelming at times, and yes, it is, but the game designers did this for a reason. You're going to remember how tiny you felt as an individual. You're going to remember those times where something completely destroyed you just because you just were really weak. However, the just feeling of coming back and literally overcoming all these obstacles here on Mira cannot be described in any other way other than just like, it really does give you this feeling like, wow, we can literally do anything, which honestly, the human race, come on, we're pretty sick. We need to pat ourselves on the back. Hey, in this year we can create flying robots. That's pretty cool, but you know, I'm just simply joking, but I don't know, man. I really do dig the way this game just makes you feel. It's not like one of those things where it's like instant gratification. It's something you have to work forward to, which are some of the best feelings in video games, at least for me. It's just such a great feeling. And by the way, we're going to encounter a lot of probes here just because this is a brand new continent. Sure, we did get some when we were doing Chapter 9, but the majority of these probes are brand new, and this entire area is relatively unknown to us, which is why I wanted to include it in this montage. Simply because you need to get the feel of a continent early on. Like, even when I went to Primordia for the first time, I was like, I got lost very easily, but now I know it like the back of my hand. And eventually, we will have this. Oh, that was a little I did not even notice that when I was playing. But eventually, you will sort of understand the geography, because I gotta hand it to Monolith Soft. They made just every area of this game unique. Like, 9 times out of 10, there's landmarks and locations you will recognize, and you'll be like, oh, okay, I'm here. 9 times out of 10 when I'm in Primordia, I don't even need the map. I'm not even joking. I know exactly where I am, mostly because New LA is kind of a really good marker for that, but you know what I mean. And is it this? No, it's not. Wait, yeah, this is the one I cannot activate because that's field level 5 for whatever reason. I don't know what advantage that would have, but I guess they just didn't want you to have it, and I'm going to slowly come up to these prone and run away. Literally hit and run probe activation. I don't know how we activated that so quickly, but we've unlocked the achievement Expert Traveler. Yeah, I think that's pretty well describes me, and god dang. Yeah, that crab got completely destroyed. I gotta say though, of all the things they could have put on Mira, did we really need crab? And oh, that is really hard. I recorded this footage like a couple of days ago, so some of this I'm like just completely forgetting, but yeah, I don't know, man. This game is just something else. Like, really, before I got the flying Skell, I was like, Skells are okay, but it's still kind of annoying, you know, you have to cross all those it doesn't matter anymore. And I gotta say, this is a really annoying probe to get. Because there's so many ground and flying enemies, getting to it without starting a battle is really, really tough, and then just they're gonna interrupt you, so I decided to code a little bit. It didn't take too long to defeat them all, but we were almost finished here with our montage. This was a lot of fun to put together, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, but unfortunately, everything must come to an end eventually. And alright, one more probe to go. I've been flying for an extremely long time, guys, and honestly, I'm not sick of it at all. I'm sick of the intentions kind of stopping me from getting to my destinations, but one more probe. It's right around here. It should be right below us, I want to say. It is sometimes really difficult to find. Yeah, there it is. Now that we have this probe, we'll have well over 20% of Savalum just on our frontier nav. Holy crud, dude. The flight module is the greatest thing. I honestly I get why they made this game so big. It's because they planned for Skells to be a thing, and holy crud, dude, they perfectly captured the Xenogear just feel. I love this game so much, guys. Like, it's something that cannot be described in words, but enough of me geeking out with our flying robots. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I really wanted to showcase the flight module in its fullest, and also getting the probes is really handy for revenue. But in the next episode of Let's Play Xenoblade Chronicles X, we use our flight module and get some more affinity missions done. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.